Welcome to a brand new program taking us back to the foundations of fishing. A hook, a minnow, and lots of fish. Welcome to Live Bait. Jim, I feel like I'm in a museum honoring everything that we love.
Right on top like that. And there's our Palomar knot.
I think I do not want to let that one go.
Healthy, hardy, and safe, certified Arkansas bait fish.
You've heard that famous line, that's why they call it fishing and not catching? Well, sometimes the difference is what's at the end of your line. This show features not only the pure joys of catching fish, but introduces you to the people who make it happen. There's a small group of farmers from a small part of a small state that grow 95% of all of the farm-raised bait fish in the country. You'll meet them and you'll learn how their certification process makes all of this possible. You'll see people catch their first ever fish on camera for this show. Perhaps you'll remember your first fish, or go out and catch your first fish. Number 6. All right, so it's 8-6 now. 8-6 now. Team Tackle still holding on a lead, but we got a little competition going on.
I got one. Oh yeah. Number 10.
Number 11.
Getting a minnow to your bait shop takes more than just a few moving parts. It's an entire operation with years of innovation to get that minnow to your hook. It all starts with a hatchery. About 20 years ago, most of the certified bait fish farms realized the benefits of a controlled environment. Weather was no longer a factor and such a vital part of the entire process. The eggs are laid on mats, and then the mats are placed in temperature-controlled tanks. After several days, the young fish are placed in ponds. These ponds range from just a couple of acres in size to as large as 75 acres. Aerators and food make these ponds the growing stage for the next few months, depending on the desired size. Ponds typically are 4 feet deep or less. Once the fish are ready to go, the ponds are seined. Big nets come and get the harvest and place them in a truck to head back to the holding tanks. Once in the tanks, they are sized to match the desired specs and placed in the cooler water to help the fish adapt for the trip ahead. Shipping takes place either in trucks from the farm or FedEx. Either way, these fish are healthy, hardy, and safe from start to finish. You can tell when you take a close look that little Nora was committed to that kiss, and I think she is equally committed to the sport of fishing. Welcome to the club, Nora. The minnows that make this happen are farm-raised and certified, and the farmers who started this are part of a great American story of entrepreneurialism, hard work, and a great idea.
My name is Jamie Anderson, here with IF Anderson Farms in Lone Oak, Arkansas. We're a 4th-generation bait fish farm. We have 339 ponds, over 3,400 acres of water, raising primarily golden shiners, fathead minnows, and goldfish.
His dream was fish. That was Bob Treadway's dream, was to work with fish. Could there be a way that you could commercially raise fish in a pond in a controlled environment instead of just trying to get them out of the rivers and streams? It takes a very strong work ethic to be in the fish business. We don't start at 8 o'clock in the morning. We start at 4 in the morning.
Some meaningful stuff back here. When you walk in here, and obviously you get to see this every day, but what jumps out at you as something that's particularly special? What kinds of things capture your eye?
Well, the one thing back over here is my grandfather's seat, the one and only he used fishing. His gun case that I have hanging on the wall over there, and his fishing vest. Those are 2 or 3 things that jump out immediately.
You know, one of the interesting things about all of this is the ingenuity and the innovation that has to take place, because I'm guessing your dad and your granddad didn't go to the library and find a textbook.
No, there's a lot of it just, you know, they had just a very little bit of knowledge, and then the rest of it we learn as we went.
Yeah.
You know, like I say, we've really been blessed, and it's grown, and feel like that's just what we were meant to do, raise bait, raise fish.
It's hard to get up in the mornings. I don't want to get up in the mornings.
You think you guys can work together and make it a team effort?
Yeah, most of the time.
You gonna take mornings and Warner take afternoons?
No, I'm one afternoon.
Okay.
So you don't like the mornings, do you?
If you don't learn from the previous generation, you're in big trouble.
the first Traco we ever bought. My dad said, that's no good, we don't need that. And we were having trouble. We were having to lay ponds out 6 months to get in there and clean those basins or sumps out and all. And I said, well, we'll find out. Let them deliver it and I'll run it. And I just walked it right off M1 and started slinging the mud out of it and then pulled myself back out. And he looked at me and he said, I believe you're right. You know, and he's done some good jobs too that I didn't think would follow through, but it has.
It's all trial and error. We just try not to repeat the errors.
Yeah.
Well, this is the farm that my great-grandfather grew up on. And this is Main Street right here in Lonoke. And he, in his pastime, he didn't have very much of, but when he did, he liked, you know, working with his hands. And a lot of businesses, they don't have generation upon generation, but it seems like in aquaculture, agriculture, it we kind of get that opportunity. And they'll take these fish today. I mean, it's 1, 2 o'clock right now. These fish will be where they're going to get tomorrow by 10 o'clock, all over the United States.
This group of bait fish farmers is also a tight-knit community, which came to the brothers' aid at a key moment when the farm was threatened.
You know, one of the things that you learn if you've been watching this show, you've appreciated the fact that all of these bait fish farmers have one thing in common, a tremendous work ethic, but also there's a camaraderie. There's just a level of kindness and friendliness towards one another in this industry that keeps things going.
That's right. We were flooded out here in 2011, and we lost 75% of the farm with the help of other growers, which Coldstream helped us, Neil Anderson helped us, James Saul and them helped us, and other farmers pitched in or offered to do whatever. And they kept us in business until we could rebuild and get back in. So yeah, if the farmer's in need, you know, you want to do what you can for them. They certainly did for us, so, and we would for them.
And we own Coldstream, and so it's been in our family for years. My uncle's done it, my grandpa's done it, my great-grandpa, my dad, and so it's just why I love to do it. It's just rewarding.
One of the great parts of this process is the pride which comes from knowing you are providing the products which create meaningful memories with opportunities outdoors.
Get off your cell phones, get outside and outdoors. I mean, take the new generation out there and you know, memories, create memories with all of them. That's something that whenever COVID hit, everything shut down. And you know, me and my kids, that's all we did. We would go fishing.
We do have our second, third, and fourth generation right now that are working on the farm, and we are selling to our second, third, and fourth generation customers.
Well, and it's good to have a place for your kids and then your grandkids to be involved in the outdoors.
We want families to know that spending time fishing together is still really important. It's those moments when you get to be together and where you bind your family together. And this is a very important heritage for us. We love how we grew up. We learned how to work hard, but we also learned how to love hard.
And we've got a little segment on the show called First Fish, where we get people catching their first ever fish on camera, and they're using these minnows, and the joy that we have been able to see when you get that magic tug on the line and the mystery of what's on the other end. But then the photos of those kids and adults that have caught their first ever fish on one of your minnows, that's, it stays with you.
Yeah, like I say, it's a small industry, but we're proud of what we do.
I got a fish. I can't believe I got a fish.
You did really well. Look at that, Molly.
That's a humongous one.
You've been waiting for this for a long time.
Oh yeah.
I understand you've been reading up and practicing casting.
Yep.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But we still have yet to get that first fish.
Yeah.
We're gonna do it on camera today.
Cool.
Oh, that's good. Okay, sit, pull it up. There we go. There we go. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You got yourself a crappie. There we go. Yeah.
Success. Welcome to the club, Peter.
See that? Okay, there you go. Ah, look here. Keep reeling.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
You are a fisherman.
Yeah, you
just like the apostles of old.
Yes, I'll say.
That's world class right there. That is a good sized crappie. It's the best tasting freshwater fish. Bring that arm straight to the camera so it looks like it's 4 feet.
That's it. Yeah,
Look at
there
that.
you go.
It's all the way
That's
from
it.
his head to his
That's
torso.
it.
That's a huge crappie.
That's it. Way. There you go. Seriously.
Yeah.
You stop at what?
Yeah, that's no. We're looky here. All right, look at that fish.
Wow.
Isn't that pretty?
Yeah, I'm gonna show my dad.
You want to show your dad?
Yeah.
Hey, Dad, come over here.
Look, I got fish! I did it all by myself.
Say bye, Smokey.
Bye, Smokey.
Thank you, Smokey. Woo! You give me a high five? Yeah, all right.
Oh, God bless. Okay.
That's a good bass.
Good job, Mason.
That's a good bass.
Woo!
All right.
Yeah, Mason.
Good job. Look at that. See that?
Look at that.
That's a largemouth bass right there. Okay, here you go. Hold him up. We got us a fisherman right here. We talk a lot about certified Arkansas bait fish, and that certification is important. When you use wild-caught bait, you're doing a few things and none of them are good. First off, if there's disease in the lake from where that wild-caught bait came, now you transport that disease into the body of water you like to fish. You can also transfer invasive species, and you're destroying the forage in the first lake. So the certification process eliminates all of those problems. And you say, how does a fish get certified? Well, I'm glad you asked.
To answer that question, we have to go to the Arkansas Department of Agriculture. This is where a team of scientists take samples from every farm to make sure safe bait stays safe. Meet Dr. Nylema. How many fish come through here when it's testing season?
So it depends on 10,000 to 12,000 fish per season. So we do all kinds of different bait fish species, and we follow according to their regulations or where they are shipping their fish. So every state, whatever they are shipping their fish, we follow those regulations and then we test accordingly.
All right, so what do we do next with these guys?
So now they are sleeping. So we will take them to another lab and add some 70% alcohol to it so that they will be clean from outside and we can do their bacterial checking over there.
These scientists are looking for both bacteria and viruses. Yes, we use the word virus. The fish don't have COVID, but the same PCR test used to find COVID in humans will also find bad viruses in fish.
It's the same type of test, exact same type of test. Yeah, you can look for all kinds of viruses that way.
A lot of your viewers probably have some favorite fishing holes, maybe even some secret ones, and nobody wants the disease or the parasite getting into their body of water, especially when it could be prevented by this program, which is voluntary, that the bait fish producers here in Arkansas participate in.
And that is how it all happens. You've seen how the fish are grown, and now you know all the science and scientists behind what makes it healthy, hearty, and safe. And this is why you need to ask for certified Arkansas bait fish wherever you buy bait.
Harry Saul's Minnow Farm in Devall's Bluff, Arkansas. Good things come to those who bait.
That's right, that's right.
One of the best slogans around. That's great. Thanks for talking to us.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
alrighty. Throughout this season, you met the fish farmers who make the magic happen. These men and women trace their lineage through multiple generations in this industry. They started the same way, with an idea and a work ethic. They produce hundreds of millions of minnows and sport fish every year. And that produces great fishing memories all over the country every day. This season, we witnessed people becoming anglers through our feature called First Fish. Children, young adults, and full-on adults catching their first ever fish on camera. Perhaps you remembered your first fish, or perhaps you decided to go out and catch your first fish. That's what this show is all about. It all starts with the farmers who bring the bait to life, who innovated and invented the processes to bring the bait to you. The certification process allows that bait to safely transport all over the country. we showed you why you should ask for certified Arkansas bait fish wherever you buy your bait. But I guess these fish farmers didn't really invent these processes. They harnessed what God made and organized it in such a way that we could all enjoy the wonders of fishing, the beautiful simplicity of a hook and a minnow and a world of opportunities beneath the surface of the water. Thank you for watching this season of Live Bait.
Be sure and find us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram, Live Bait TV. We'll bring you tips, techniques, and show you how to use your live bait.